You're in debt. And let's face it feels like quicksand. You work hard, make your payments, but somehow it's like you're not moving forward. Here's the harsh truth. Debt is designed to keep you stuck. But the good news? There's a way out, and it's not as complicated as you've been led to believe. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear plan to tackle your debt in the fastest and most realistic way possible. Whether you're working minimum wage or earning a comfortable salary, or somewhere in between, this isn't about selling you dreams. It's about giving you the tools to win in the real world. I'm going to assume that some of you may not know what debt is, so I'm going to go from the basics here. Feel free to skip ahead into the video if you're clear on the basics. The theoretical definition of debt is borrowed money that you need to pay back with interest. But to explain it in practical terms, think of it like this. When we were born to our parents, there's a certain cost that is associated with taking care of a child. Food, water, clothing, etc. Think of this as you borrowing money from your parents to live your lifestyle. This is an investment that your parents made on you for the long term. The return that you give back to them is you taking care of them when you start earning your own salary. For example, assisting to buy a house, contribute towards rent, or even buying materialistic items that they couldn't buy on their own income. While you need not necessarily spend all the same amount that they spent on you, you're paying them back with small gestures, which in financial terms is deemed as interest. Now, I know that isn't the best example to use, but as long as you understand debt in simple terms, I'm satisfied. Now, the debt that we talked about is the same, but we request money from lenders such as banks, distant family, etc. And we repay them the money they gave to us with an additional amount for ensuring that their investment in you is justified. Unlike the example of our parents, this debt is not a gesture, yet a mandatory obligation to pay it back. Therefore, it is no longer a financial problem, but also a mental one. And the longer you take to repay this investment in you, the longer it takes you to start your unique business, take that dream trip, or even enjoy life without guilt. So why is debt such a big issue? Well, according to Bloomberg, 55% of young adults in Europe struggle to pay off their debt month to month. And this isn't just students, it's working professionals too. Society has programmed us to become a buy first, think later economy, such that impulsiveness is a new normal. If you fell into this trap, you've landed at the right place, because now it is my mission to help you become debt-free in the quickest time possible. How do we do that? Well, by applying one of the 5 tried and tested methods for your situation. The debt snowball method is perfect if you need motivation to stay on track. Essentially, you start by paying off the smallest debts first, regardless of the interest rate. Why? Because each quick win will motivate you to build momentum. So let's take a quick example. Sarah is a student that owes €1,000 on a store card, €5,000 on a personal loan, and €20,000 in student loans. As per the debt snowball method, we aim to get the small wins first, so Sarah focuses on the store card first. When that's gone, she rolls a €250 monthly payment into her next debt. Within 2 years, she's knocked out her 2 smaller debts and feels unstoppable. Next is the debt avalanche method. This is for you if you want to save the most money overall. You attack the debt with the highest interest rate first, then move down the list. Let's take another scenario. Max earns €2,500 a month and has 3 debts: car loan 5%, a credit card at 25%, and a student loan at 3%. As per the debt avalanche method, we aim to tackle the biggest debt first, so as to reduce our interest payments. So Max targets the credit card first, throwing every spare euro at it while making minimum payments on the others. Once that's cleared, moves to the car loan, and so forth. Okay, so this next approach is my favorite and supplies if you're on minimum wage. I call this the side hustle approach, and this is all about increasing your income so as to repay your debt faster. More often than not, paying off debt with a single income is quite tedious and difficult. Therefore, taking up additional hours, working weekends, or starting a free side hustle is the way to go. If you're curious about the best business ideas to start off in 2025, check out this video above. Okay, at this point, let's assume you made your choice on repaying debt. Either you decided to make more income or reduce your expenses. Now it's time you ensure that you don't default on your payments. And if you've been with me for a while, you know I love systems. As much as Taylor Swift loves her cats, sometimes the best strategy to ensure your payments are made on time is to make them automatic. This is what I call the out of sight, out of mind approach. Each month, set up direct debits or manually transfer your income to your debt and only hold what you need for your daily essentials. For example, if you make €1,500 a month, have debt of €3,000, and make mandatory expenses of €1,200 per month, then as soon as you receive your salary, transfer 20% of your income to repaying the debt and hold the remaining 80% for your essential needs. In 10 months, you're debt free. And the remaining 20% can eventually be utilized for building an emergency fund or investing soon after. So, which strategy fits your situation? Well, not all debt is created equal, and neither are our financial situations. So if you're in your 20s and are on minimum wage, then go snowball for those quick wins and build a side hustle for additional income. If you're in your 30s, go avalanche, as your income is likely higher from a full-time job and you can start to save on interest. And if you're in your 40s or above, combine both of the previous strategies. Now, there's one debt repayment method I purposely didn't tell you. I'm skeptical about putting this information online, but I hope you use it as a last resort. This emergency method is called a debt settlement method. In this method, you negotiate with your creditor to reduce the total amount of debt that you owe. The negative of this approach is that it will harm your credit score in the long term, since you're defaulting on the original debt that was agreed to be paid. What's worse is that this negotiation with your bank is dependent on whether a third party is willing to purchase your debt for cheap. This is a tactic by banks to recover some of their losses. This is a dangerous tactic, so only use it when all else fails. Listen, I get it. Debt feels like an uphill battle, but with the right plan, it's one that you can win. It doesn't matter if you're earning minimum wage or six figures. The key is you need to start now and stick with it. If this video gave you clarity, drop a like and let me know what you'd like to see next. And before you go, check out the full beginner's guide to stock market investing. I'll see you there.